Do you beat yourself up when you make mistakes, or do you get disappointed in yourself often? In this video, I'll share with you some unhelpful ways we treat and talk to ourselves and how to change them so you can help yourself navigate difficult situations without making it worse. Hi, I'm Jackie, and before becoming a psychotherapist, I was a lawyer and I used to be very hard on myself, which led to me being constantly anxious. I didn't realize at the time, but over the years working with many clients and myself, I began to see that self-talk or how we talk to ourselves makes a big difference on not just our mental and emotional well-being, but also on productivity, performance, and our ability to learn. So let's dive in and take a look at some of the unhelpful ways you may be talking to yourself. So the first unhelpful way we talk to ourselves is this: I shouldn't feel this way. I shouldn't feel upset. I shouldn't feel annoyed. I shouldn't feel rejected. You know how it goes. This is unhelpful because emotions by nature, they're designed to just come and go. And it's like telling a traffic signal to turn green when it's showing red. Emotions are like signals. And it's also like telling a crying child to stop crying. And I don't know if you have a kid or your parents did this when you were young, but yeah, telling a crying child to stop crying just makes it worse. It makes the child more upset. The crying gets worse. So yeah, same thing with our emotions. When we deny or repress our emotions, it often makes them last longer and it makes them also more intense. So what's helpful instead is to simply acknowledge our emotions so we can quickly let it pass and move on. So say this instead: I feel ... whatever emotion you're feeling. I feel nervous. I feel scared. I feel happy, and I feel upset. So whatever you're feeling, it's okay to say it out loud. And by doing that, you're acknowledging and validating yourself that it's okay to feel that emotion, which dissipates the energy of the emotion and makes it easier for you to move on from that emotion. Number 2, I should have done better. And you probably say this because you care about what you do, you care about the people you're with, and you want to be a better person and you want to improve. But this is not how you get better. This way of talking to yourself is unhelpful because it's past focused. Whatever happened in the past, whatever you did, it already happened and there's nothing you can do to change it. And by saying I should have done better, you're only punishing yourself, blaming yourself, and making yourself feel worse. So next time you say this to yourself, just ask yourself this question: do I say this because do I say this for the sake of beating myself up, or do I say this because I want to get better? And if your objective is to improve, what's more helpful is to say this: I did what I could. How can I do better next time? This way of talking to yourself, it focuses on learning and growth and what's more important to you. Number 3, it's going to be bad and I don't know how I'll handle it. And there are two things that are going on here: worrying and self-doubt. By saying it's going to be bad and maybe thinking about all the things that can go wrong, all the disaster scenarios that can happen, and how awful it's going to be, what you're doing is you're basically worrying about the future. And worrying is unhelpful because, according to research, our brains don't distinguish well between what's real and what's imagined. So what that means is that when you worry, it's like you're living that scenario in real life. And our body also starts to react to it. So you may start to feel more stressed, more anxious, and a whole bunch of other negative emotions every time you worry. And by saying, I can't handle it, the second part of the statement, you're communicating or expressing self-doubt to yourself. And that's unhelpful because expectations are like self-fulfilling prophecies. Whether you think you can do it or you can't, you'll often prove yourself right. So to help yourself, try saying this instead. It's a challenge and I can do it. It's a challenge and I can do it. What you're doing here is that you're acknowledging that it's going to be hard and it's going to be a challenge. There's no denying about it. And at the same time, you're affirming your own ability to successfully navigate the challenge. Now that you're aware of some of the unhelpful self-talk patterns, make it a game to catch yourself every time you do it. So to quickly recap, instead of saying, I shouldn't feel this way, you can just acknowledge your emotions by saying, I feel ... whatever the emotion you're feeling. And second, instead of saying, I should have done better, you can say, I did what I could. How can I do better next time? And third, instead of saying, it's going to be bad, I don't know how I'll handle it, you can say, it's a challenge and I can do it. So it doesn't have to be exactly the way I phrased it here. You can tweak it and change to make it more helpful, even more helpful for yourself. And to do this, it takes effort at first, but the more you practice it, the more natural it'll become. And sooner or later, it can become the way you talk to yourself by default. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And you can like and subscribe if you'd like to see more tips on how to master your emotions. Bye for now.